Hello Goblin Horde, Gabby here from the Grinning Goblin. Today I'm playing Don't Starve Together by myself as Grumpy is out of town. I unfortunately started this world a little bit in the wrong time zone apparently, and I came in at night, so we just kind of skipped ahead a little bit, just for everybody's sanity. So I've been practicing lately, trying to really get up to par on this. Grumpy is really the one that excels at games like this. I am not the tactician in any sense of a word. So I really want to be able to actually play this and not be a bit of an embarrassment to myself. So the first thing I'm doing is just kind of collecting a little bit of food. I know Wolfgang kind of functions best on a full stomach, and obviously you can see that you don't really start with much of a full stomach at all. So first thing I'm trying to do is just pick up enough stuff to stay fed and make some tools and some fire and just kind of protect myself. I'd love to kill the gobbler, but I don't really have anything to be able to actually attack him with right now. So what I normally like to do though is try to get a science machine as fast as possible. I figure that's a pretty normal tactic on that. You get a shovel, you can actually start digging things up, and really get a camp kind of going. Get ready for winter. In this particular one, I did start in spring. As I'm still very much learning with this, it seems to be an easier route, at least for me, to try to figure things out. It gives me the most leeway and time. Now that being said, I have not actually made it to summer yet, which I hear you can go into like caves and things like that, but like I said, I have not gotten to that point yet. Probably because I keep dying. I do like to use that. Obviously, the flowers can be used to raise your sanity, which is always good because, especially in the beginning, I'm pretty sure you don't want to be chased by nightmares. But at some point, you do want to go a little bit insane. It helps you build things. I haven't really gotten to that part myself, but aside from that, it's really handy to go ahead and pick a bunch of those flowers to use for rot. That way, when you're building your home base, you can put it on your crops and things like that to actually fertilize them and get to making things. And by fertilizing them, obviously you create a sustainable food source. Some carrots. Okay. So I know the other thing with spring, obviously I haven't run into it yet on this particular one, but those beefalo, during the spring specifically, they will tend to attack people without wearing the beefalo hat. So you gotta kind of be aware of that, because they'll gang up on you. Like when you attack one of them, they all attack. So it's best to keep in mind your distance until you are better equipped for it, or just, go out and actually get a beefalo hat, which obviously can be a little bit difficult when you're kind of squishy. Here in a minute, Wolfgang is actually going to kind of shrink down a little bit more, since he runs on his stomach, you gotta keep him well fed, and the better fed he is, the bigger his muscles get. Like that. I am mighty. Okay, so what I'm missing right now for that science mission, though, is some gold and rock. So let's just kind of keep going. We do still have quite a bit of time until we hit darkness, so at some point I am going to actually have to get enough stuff to make a fire. So I don't want to go too far away from those options, but at the same time I have to explore. Ooh, more grass. There we go. Probably should have gotten enough grass for a torch or something before I ventured out of that grassland, but things happen. I did say I was not very good at this. Oh, that's not good. Let's stay away from the baby beefalo. Okay, and I can also make a fire. Running. Oh, see, that's what happens. As his stomach empties, he gets weaker and weaker. So you want to keep him as full as possible so he does the most damage. And as he gets weaker, obviously, he gets a lot more feeble. Okay, so it's almost nighttime. So let's go ahead and make that torch. And use as little of it as possible. Obviously the people are falling asleep now, but this way you can continue collecting and you don't really lose any time in the early stages. So at this point I'm really just looking for rock. If I find a rock area, oh, speak of the devil. Obviously that was not just rock, it was flint. There we go. There's a boulder. I can't mine until morning, but at least I found a good source for all of this. As soon as the sun comes up, I can actually mine it, and I found enough stuff that I would be able to create a science machine. And then I can use that shovel. No bones. Let's stay away from those. Some twigs. The boulder. Much just. Uh-oh. That's not good. There we go. Saved myself from Charlie there. See, that's kind of what happens. I end up not paying enough attention to things, and before I know it, it's dark, and I die. Now I am playing on a controller instead of a keyboard. Obviously, you can see from my directions at the bottom when I'm going through things that it's obviously a control. I've tried playing on a keyboard, and maybe it was just that I started out on this controller that I'm more comfortable with it. Grumpy is usually the one that ends up playing with the keyboard set. It seems to work really well for him, but it feels really clunky to me. Okay, now we have that science machine that I can make now. I'm just going to kind of put it down where I'm standing. I haven't exactly picked a home base, obviously. But this will immediately let me make a shovel. So what I'm going to do with the shovel, I kind of stick around this area. Need a little bit. Put that shovel on. Now I can just start digging things up. And I can collect them for my base. Beefalo. Oh. And then full, so I'm going to drop off stuff I don't necessarily need. Don't need pine cones. I'm not really a fan of keeping them around, as sometimes you get that tree that likes to eat you. So pick that up. So like I said, at this stage you're just kind of picking up everything to get your base started. I don't have a set date that I like to have everything done on it, but I feel like I'm a little bit behind right now on day 3. So to that being said, when I started, I did realize that I had actually started at night. And I don't know if it was just because I sat on the character screen. I don't have that much experience with this game, unfortunately. Let's not pick that rose. It will hurt me. Oh, where am I? Let's look back a little bit. So I know there is some berry bushes and some grass that I can get. This place seems kind of barren. So that's ice for later. More twigs. Okay. How many do I have? So I have 8 of the saplings. I have 4 grass and 2 of the berry bushes. I like to try to go with 30 of each. Normally when I'm playing with Grumpy, it's kind of whatever we can get. I think we still normally go 30 of each, but it's probably still a good idea to kind of just stick with that until you realize if you need more or not. Oh, don't need seeds. Let's go back into the center over here just because I see the berry bushes. I'm gonna leave these spiders alone as long as they'll leave me alone. Okay, so what do I have that I could probably pitch? Oh, so I have more than 10, obviously, bushes and things like that only stack into stacks of 10. So let's go back to my science machine. I'll just drop off some of this extra stuff. Hopefully a mole doesn't take it, but it's not so much my concern. And some of this is just kind of auxiliary. Cutting the trees down at the moment. I can at least make a fire, so not too pressed for anything. I don't need the gold. That's probably good right now. I don't really need a whole lot of space at the moment as darkness is coming. Let's go back and get those berry bushes. Okay. Some berries. Oh, broke that shovel. The good thing is, once you actually make something using the science machine, you can continue to build it now that you have the knowledge. A lot of people like to start with, oh, I can't remember her name right now. It's the librarian. She automatically starts with a lot of things that you don't have to have a science machine for. She's kind of helpful because at the beginning you can immediately make a shovel and really get a head start. Oh. Probably gonna have to use that torch again that I was talking about with me liking to run out of time. So let's go ahead and get that queued up so I don't run into total darkness. Get that turned on while I make a fire. Or attempt to make a fire. There we go. Personally for me, the only thing I like to use these pine cones for is actually to put on a fire. I really don't use them for anything else. They're nice little fuel adds. Okay, so while I'm here, let's see what I can make. That'll help with food. Make that. Let's go with... Well, I don't have enough wood to make a chest yet. Need any of those. Go ahead and make a few of these so I can kind of drop them off, since Wolfgang functions on his stomach. That is all I can make for that one. Getting a little low on food. Let me drop off our stacks of 10. So drop. Drop. Okay, so I have 2 stacks of, or a stack of each, I guess. Okay, so it's going to be imperative if I really find those berry bushes. And I see some back at the beginning, like a whole lot of them, so I'm probably just going to head back that way. Probably have to make it like a little secondary camp while I'm there, because it is a fair, decent space away. That way I won't have to worry about coming back all this direction. I'm going the right way. There's a carrot off. So you should always kind of be picking up some food, especially when you're a Wolfgang. He gets hungry very quickly. His hunger actually drains faster than a lot of other characters, as far as I understand. Except for maybe Wigfred, but she has her own little problem with that. She can only eat meat, while Wolfgang can obviously eat everything. There we go. Here's some berry bushes. Pick some more flowers. Okay, so we're at 8 berry bushes now. Don't chase me, babies. I want to live. Okay, so I have 10 now. And a carrot. Let's eat some of this food. Another berry bush. I'm going after these mostly because they're a lot harder to find than sticks and grass in most places for me. I don't know if it's just my luck, but it's usually the last one I get. Broke it again. Build another shovel. Okay, so my inventory is obviously almost full. Um, when I get back this time around, I'm gonna end up making a backpack. I've got plenty of stuff on me for it. I didn't at the time, because I don't think I did. Honestly, I wasn't paying that much attention with it. 10, 10. So I have room for 5 more berries. Let's see what we can get here. I could probably just eat some of the stuff I have too and continuously get berries. I'd love to come back with 3 full stacks. That being said, I probably won't manage to get that many, but you know, one can hope. There's still a lot of berries to pick. I think I might be able to pull this off. Maybe I spoke too soon about not finding enough. There's another one. Ooh, and it even respawned. And I'm coming back just in time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is kind of free up a little bit of space. I'm gonna go ahead and eat the carrots I have. It was getting kind of low anyway. Okay, so I have 20 berry bushes right now, so I'm getting really close to where I want to be. Still have to camp out here tonight, it looks like, but I'll be able to go back to that other area and build a backpack and start really trying to find a place to actually create my camp. You hear bees? Yep. Five more berry bushes. Okay, let's go ahead and just create a torch, I guess. Just get that. Pick that up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because the torch is not going to last long enough, I'm gonna start lighting things on fire. I know I'm gonna get back to my camp after this one, so hopefully I can get some charcoal from this. I also don't want to lay my traps down so far away from a potential food source and where I might actually put my camp. I don't actually know where I'm going to put it yet, but I hate to put them down before I actually know. Plus, lighting it on fire helps with light. Unfortunately, you know, I lit a forest on fire. They didn't eat all the trees, right? Pretty sure they didn't eat all the trees. Oh, okay then. Another problem with the spring is rain. So the rain, as you can see on my screen, will hit it and slowly kind of saturate you, and it makes your tools slippery. Which I like that in there, but it is also very annoying. Let's see if this one tree will last until morning. It did. So, come back to this area later. Probably just gonna drop my torch on the ground because I don't really need it right here. I'd rather keep the rest of my tools in order to pick up a few pieces of charcoal. Now I'll come back later. Oh, let's not pick that one up. I'll come back later and I will actually harvest these trees so I can make crock pots. You can make a lot of really awesome food that way. I see the bees. There's a couple more. There might be enough berry bushes up in this area. Oh, and hungry again. That's what I was talking about with the beefalo being really aggressive. They just kind of killed the butterflies. I don't have enough room in my inventory, or else I would kind of go and quickly try to pick them up, but probably not the best thing to do, at least for me right now, because I couldn't pick it up anyway. There we go. The last bush. Let's just pick these. Oop. Okay. So we'll have plenty of time to get back, so it never hurts to grab extra resources. These are nice because they'll just kind of drop grass. So this looks like it'll be a good secondary source of stone. Ooh, rocks. I'm gonna try to edit out a lot of coughing, but if I do miss some, I apologize. Everyone in my little goblin horde at home has been kind of ill lately, and I guess they felt like sharing it with me. Don't wait long enough again. Let's go ahead and eat some of them. I am mighty! Slowly making my way back. That's soggy and stale, so let's pass on that. Get in there. There it is, okay. If I keep going this way, I will reach my temporary camp. Soggy, but I'll get to my temporary camp. Run, grass gecko! Now if I continue this one, I'm pretty sure I failed to actually get the caves started on this, so may run into a problem when summer actually does come around, but as I did mention previously, I've never actually made it to summer, so I guess we'll see. Okay, I now have enough room to pick everything up. I haven't found a place yet that I really think would be a good option for a camp, but let's find a good place to kind of camp out for the night. Yeah, I still haven't found any of the wetlands. Yeah, I have a feeling it would be a good thing to find before I really pick where I'm gonna stay. Go ahead and make my torch. And get ready to activate it. Because night is coming. Ooh, look how fast. Wolf King is maybe made of water. Wet folder. At the border of this area. Still raining. Cactus. Uh-oh, there we go. I really need to keep better tabs on that. It will be my downfall. And Charlie will attack me. Oh, and again. Almost end of night. Really? Oh, this is not going to be good. Oh, I got very lucky there. The rain definitely does complicate things. I guess the fun part with this is I might not have found a wetland yet, but I've definitely found areas that are plenty wet, you'd think. Oh, that's hot. Who would have known that lava is hot? Apparently not me. I have a feeling this is going to have some editing done to it. This is kind of boring to watch. I imagine this is how people feel when they watch golf. For those that, you know, might not get that, out at the Grinning Goblin, we do not really play sports, unless it's an e-sport. The ball-type sports, not really for us. Not typically the athletic type. Is that a flaming tumbleweed? Those are flaming tumbleweeds. This makes me think of the tumbleweed of death. Okay. So I have some more food. Oh, look, a gobbler that I still can't really... Oh, let's not get attacked by. Aw, it took the berries. Hello, gecko. No frog. Bad. Stay back. Buffalo. That's a wormhole. Okay, so it does drain your sanity when you go through a wormhole. Oh, moon rubble. Got it. So here's a really fun thing I like to do. So if you take enemies through the Beefalo horde, I mean, obviously I don't have the Beefalo hat to really protect myself, but they'll attack anything that comes near them. So you can lead monsters and things through the Beefalo, and they will actually take care of it for you. I really wish I had a Beefalo hat right now, though. Ooh. Always nice to find a fellow traveler. I see, you know, didn't fare so well. Oh, look, graves! Wonder if they're from my fallen compatriots too. And a spider. Flower. I just want it to stop raining. I feel so waterlogged. How long has it been raining? Feels like it's been days. Well, I'm pretty sure it actually has been days, so... I don't remember a life without rain. Da, da, da. Should probably find some grass hidden. You know, fire and such. Like, get some wood. Some herb. Oh my god. Is it stopping raining? Unlikely. Nope. It's not. Let's go ahead and eat these couple berries I have on me. Don't need those pine cones. Pine cones are overrated anyway. Flowers, though. Oh. So I'm full on flowers. But regardless of that, I still pick them, even if they fall to the ground. It'll still give me the sanity boost. So you see it say +5 on that. It's still beneficial. Okay, so I may have to pick a place that's less than ideal. Still kind of see, I'll give it another minute or so. But I'm thinking at the end of this night cycle, I might just kind of pick a place and run with it. Random stones. The trees are growing right before my eyes. Well, let's not be around a grave. Oh, let's... Okay, let's just build the fire here, yeah? Yeah. Good plan, good plan. Good plan, Gabby. Just, cut down the trees and... Ah! That's what I was meaning. Pops out of your hands. Go away, Charlie. Go away. No one likes you. No. Scoot. Go away. Bad Charlie. There. And now Charlie is gone for the time being. Yay, roaring fire. Oh good, I can still make another axe. Well, I guess... Fine, I'll feed the pine cones. Definitely gonna end up editing this some, so people don't hear my coughing as much. I don't need that. Oh look! I'm starting to see things. Yay! Hello, Mr. Piggy. Let's see some of these carrots. I am mighty! Okay. Moving along. So I know I said after that night cycle I'd probably find a good place to bed down. Or at least just kind of pick one. Around spiders is probably not the best area. So I'm going to try one more thing real quick before I just kind of pick a spot. There's this wormhole over here. I'm going to jump down it and see if it puts me in a little bit of a better situation. And what's the worst that can happen? I'm already going crazy. No, it's up over here. Ooh. I have to jump back through real quick. I need the stuff. Oh, well, not in the wetlands at least. Okay, we'll go back through that in a second. I have to, Okay, so what can I drop? I don't... Okay. Sacrifice this. They can eat all the meat they want. Not what I'm here for. Fine. I don't want that spider gland. Oh, hello, carrot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pitch this too, so I can put the spider gland right there. Make sure I got everything. I did. Okay. So this area isn't so bad. It's really close to a lot of things. So let's go ahead and like kind of pick this area a little bit away from the beefalo. Okay. So graveyard's probably not. So let's go up to grassland. Alrighty, this looks like a great place to make a camp. I need more stone. Where's my science machine put down at? Actually, it's not that far away. Let's just keep the spot we were at. Fairly close to an area that we could jump through a wormhole and get to a wetland, so got about everything covered. These night cycles are killing my sanity. Okay. So now that I'm here, I'm just gonna start dropping some of this stuff. I can try to get a little bit of stone and actually create a fire pit. Instead of just kind of being relying on torches and the like. Now all I want is... Nah, I don't want that. Okay. So I've got that. Now I'll come right up here and I will make... Apparently not my fire pit yet. This is what happens when Jen doesn't pay attention. And has to edit out her own name. Thing I'm doing. Boop, boop, flower. It's a very long evening cycle. It's messing with my brain. How am I supposed to stay sane? Okay. We'll pick this up. I'm going to start laying down my berry bushes first. Now the ultimate plan I'm going for is I want to be able to create a fenced area in the center. That way I can put up fences and put in bait things like that. So it'll get those gobblers to actually come out, and they'll be distracted by the food. So I can then, you know, kill them and eat them. So we are going to continue planting these berry bushes through the night. Kind of getting started for us, at least. Head starts are good, I hear. You know, for having a geometric placement tool, I'm really bad at still getting this, even. Oh, look again. Why, Gabby? Why? Why are you so bad at this? No. It happens. Maybe I should have outtakes. Bad decisions I made in this game. Oop. Like terrible placement. Oh, oops. I didn't say I was pretty mad. I'm gonna have a hell of a blooper reel from this, though, I think. Not get any closer to that fire, eh? Come on, come on. Come, plant! Oh, it's because that's in the way. Move, seeds. Literally anything in your way stops you from planting. Ignore the geometric build. I don't need it. I don't. Just build it there. Don't care if the fire takes it anyway. Alright, so I have 30 planted, albeit very haphazardly, but I'm starting to really kind of go crazy, so what I am going to do is, instead of using all of my flowers for rot, I'm going to put on a flower crown, just so I can kind of start getting some of my sanity back during the day, because I like not dying immediately. Here's a good plan, a very good plan. I can put on collapsed holes. Okay. With more flowers. Oh, I have never... Oh, ow, ow! I did not mean to attack it. I did not mean to attack it. Okay, okay. I get it. Do not attack the eyeballs. Roger. My sanity is above 80 again. Ooh, rot. Ah. Oh, I don't need seeds. Let me pick that rot back up. One rot. Carrot. But here is some more manure. Manure. Just a whole lot of poop around here. See, that's what happens when you don't eat enough. Go ahead and eat these 3 carrots. Newer. Okay. So let's get some of these fertilized. Okay, so I'm gonna drop these petals so they can continue to rot and I don't keep adding to them. Okay. Still got quite a bit of daylight left. Don't need that. Let's go straight up the middle of this area. I have a whole lot of editing to do for all this coughing. The longer I talk, the worse it gets. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a thing up here where I'm gonna see if I can catch some of these lizards. It would be better that way to actually try and get food, but yeah, I've never actually tried to collect those anywhere. Oh, this is going to be dangerous. And run through the middle. There. Oh, yep, I knew that was going to happen. Run away! And dying again. Oh yeah, I waited too long. Good. Ow. Oh, I have 11 health. That's fantastic. Let me go ahead and use my spider gland. That didn't feel good. Leave it alone. Okay. No. Go away, Charlie. Okay, so really need some food. So I'm next to some birch trees. Let's actually go ahead and just kind of chop some of those down. I can put them in a fire and cook the birch nuts from them. So I just need some mature ones. That one was obviously not mature enough. I just want some food. Butterflies. Gotcha. While not the greatest source of food, it does, no, it does actually really help your health. Cool, a lot of editing for this. Ow, damn. Flower. What's for flower? Maybe I shall live to fight another day. Never underestimate the power of butterflies. No! My hunger pains it at the wrong time. And attack! No! Too fast. And raining again. So obviously this world's not treating me well. Birch nut tree. Let's see if this can give me some birch nuts. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Well, I can't make more. And let's look at some sticks. Uh-oh. Well, everybody's gonna see me die really soon. I hear puppies. You know, been nice knowing y'all. I still don't have a weapon. Run away! This is what I'm meaning. You can lead them through, here. And I should be able to get actually some meat from that too. Granted, monster meat's not exactly the thing you want to eat, but... guess I'll take what I can get at this point. No! This is how I die. Those are not for sure. Maybe this one? So I'm gonna go ahead and pitch a camp. Let's go right here. To allow me to get some more birch nuts because I totally have plenty of wood. to worry about getting attacked by Beefalo right now. Okay, so we're gonna cook this birch nut. Okay. Now obviously, it's raining frogs now. Fun! Just gonna keep running around, I guess, still. I don't like this. So many frogs. I feel like the world is out to get you. Well, because it is. Although the good news with what's about to happen is, now that it's raining frogs, the, Beefalo are gonna go after those frogs. And, I will be able to have a whole bunch of frog legs. So they start ganging up. The issue is, I have to survive the onslaught. Oh, they killed the adult beefalos. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, no! So now I'm going to lead them down through this one, maybe? Oh, nope, that's not gonna work either. And I died. Well, that was a terrible, terrible run. So, I think this is a good place to, probably call it a night. I hope everybody had fun watching me absolutely be horrible at this game. So again, this is Gabby from the Grinning Goblin, here without Grumpy and being terrible at this game. Hope everyone has a better night than me, obviously.